I've complained about this many times, haven't I, on my YouTube channel, about the fact that I want to keep I want to go reorganized. I want to get into a way that I'm happy with. And this cupboard has been the bane of my sewing room for such a long time. I mean, you know this, Mum. I've been like struggling with this all. I don't know what it is with me. It's just something about this closet that was winding me up. Well, it was a mess to start with.
They always say that mirrors make your room look bigger, but I don't think it did. It seems to make it look a lot more cozier, having them curtains up there like that.
I think it looks a lot more cozier too. And these are curtains I found, because, okay, so this is the thing that and you laugh at me all the time. Let me change the camera thing again so you're actually looking at me. Curtains, because I'm going to start whittering off now like I normally do. So I was like, I want some curtains for this. So what I had was them, like, you know, them sliding door with mirror things and the plastic, and every time you move them, like, I don't know, I got stuff stuck underneath the track.
It's not wobbly as well. Wobbly as well, isn't it?
They're not the best, are they?
No.
So what I would do is like, and it was crammed with stuff all the time, and then you would move it backwards and forwards, and it gets stuck on the track system. Stuff gets stuck in the like wheels. I have too much stuff. I'll home handle where I have too much stuff, but I was getting so sick of them, like moving them backwards and forwards, and like, you know, only half of my wardrobe was available. My cupboard space was available at any given time, because you would like slide it back and stuff. And then for the longest time in the mindset, I'd be like, oh, well, I don't want to change this because like when I move house, I'm going to have to like do this, that, and the other. I'm like, oh, why am I living like in order to like move house? Like, I'm sick of this. So anyway, I was like, okay, I'm going to take these cupboard doors off and I'm going to replace them with curtains. And then I was like, oh, but I could make the curtains. Like, I don't need to buy them. I could just make them. It'd be cheaper if I make them. And then I'm there like, is it cheaper? Is it cheaper to make them, or is it cheaper just to go out and buy them?
I think sometimes...
Go on, you can say something.
I don't know to... No, because it's like I've tried like thinking, oh, I'm going to make some curtains. And when you... I like them from the thingy to the bottom of the floor, and I like a bit about 6 inches like over, so there's the trailing on the floor.
Oh, really? Do you have it 6 inches trailing on the floor?
That's what I like personally, yeah. And it's the same. It's like if you buy something from a shop, it's the thing, like when you wash it, if it shrinks a little bit, you don't have that lift, so then I've still got some on the floor type thing, it shrinks. So no, I don't think, and that's because it's drop at this in the room that I'm in now. The drop is 100 and something like 110 or something like that. I need. So that's for 2 panels. So if you're going to be like getting the fabric, then you want the lining. Then you need the thing to gather it all up with and everything. I think it costs a lot more. Mm-hmm. Even if they make it up for you, I think it's even still cheaper. Do you know, if you get them to make it up for you, it's still going to be cheaper because you've got your time and everything on it as well.
Well, exactly, and that's one thing that I always forget about when I'm thinking like I'm just going to make these bloody curtains. So because like I'm like, okay, right, so I want a certain colour pink for a start, and am I going to be able to find that pink that I want from the fabric store? And then at a minimum, because I happen to find these curtains and they're really quite nice, and I'll zoom in on them a little bit after I've stopped waffling on about the whole bloody story. So the basic basically like I think they're like a velvet curtain, and in front of that velvet is a voile. So can you see that? You can. So you can actually have it so it's, you can like tie it back, can't you? And have a feature of it.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so cute because it kind of matches with my so Joe, I did these like little voile things like in front of all of my cabinet spaces because like I wanted to like, they were white before and then I actually still have one more of them to do. I'm so behind on all my projects. So I've got one more of them pink ones to do. But the pink on the actual cabinets matches with the pink of the curtain in the background. I mean, everything just all pulls together. It looks very romantic and very like princess room in here now.
Oh,
so anyway, these curtains were, so the curtains were $40, like $40. And then I thought, well, if I go to the fabric store.
Because they're length as well, aren't they? They're not short. They're too big, long length.
There's at least, like, there's at least, yeah, I want to say 6 inches. There's at least 6 inches at the bottom of them as well. Yeah. And I just like the design of them because I thought, well, oh, now I thought like, because I saw them in like the store and I was there like, should I buy them for $40? No, I can make them. So I thought, well, if I go to the fabric store, like it would cost me what? Like at the minimum, I'd be able to find something for like, well, I was fluked out on the ones in the bedroom because they were the right colour that I wanted. And it were $4. It was $4 a metre for them ones in the bedroom that I made. And like I thought, well, what's the likelihood of being able to find something at $10 a metre? And now I like that. So now I've got that style stuck in my head. Like, well, I want that now. And like they're velvet and they've got a voile in front of them. Like, there's no way I could make them for like $40. There's no way on this earth I could make them for $40.
Really good price. You couldn't go wrong with that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I bought them curtains and then I was there like, well, if I'm ripping them doors off, I might as well try and get Neil to like help me out with the inside of the closet. So now, right, I'm going to switch it over. Let's switch the camera over. Oh, that's coming next. So I'll show you. So this is kind of like, it's kind of like a velvet. Well, actually, it's not a velvet. It looks like a twill. It looks like a twill. And it's got like, you know, like the voile in front of it.
You can, it's going, it keeps thingy in the camera. That freezing in that.
It's probably, if I move it too quickly, I think it freezes. It's because of the frames per second. I apologise. Okay, so I'm just going to open this up. Because this is what I've been able to do.
That is so much tidier, isn't it? Luminaire.
So I should have done it before and after, but I do have a video on my YouTube channel. Like, have you seen now the access? Like now I can access this whole cupboard space. And there is a YouTube video that I've done about my sewing room, and you would be able to see what this looked like before because it wasn't very pretty. So in them, like, I have this stand-up like organizer thing, and I put labels on the outside of the boxes, and I still need to go through them. I do need to go through them. And then I like to journal, so I do have my unicorn pencil organizer still there. But now I can get at all of these boxes. I mean, one's still on top of the other one there, and I don't really like things on top of the other. I generally just like to have one thing. So I don't like to, because the thing is if you start stacking things on top of each other, I think that it creates a mess. What do you think? Because you don't want to, you always want to get at the one at the bottom. So I'm always trying to make sure that the one that's at the bottom is something that I don't use so often.
Yeah.
And then the one at the top is something that I want to like get into kind of thing. And then Neil, go on.
At least you can still get at it. It's not like it was before. It was like...
It was terrible because if you remember, if you've ever seen my sewing room video, and if you haven't, go and check it out. These boxes, like I got all these boxes because I can't remember how I was storing my fabric before I even got these boxes. I think they were all in the kind of great big massive box. I could never get at whatever I wanted. So I got these smaller boxes here in order to put my, it's funny because look what this says.
Your picture's frozen, Cassie. Oh yeah.
UFOs, get them finished. It's going to freeze every time I move. Anytime I move too quickly, it's going to freeze. So I'm going to try and refrain from moving too much. So on these tubs here, I've just got the external of them, like, what's actually in the boxes. And then at the top, I'm trying to raise the camera up very, very slowly. So Neil did this shelf. What was that, sorry?
It's so much neater.
So yeah, this is a shelf that Neil put in for me yesterday, which has been a huge thing, huge. And then I didn't bother to take, I can't take this off because this is like a bracket that actually attaches that together. So there's no point. But all these shoe boxes are basically anything that I put my patterns in. So I've got and I've labelled everything. So everything has patterns. Then I have all of my threads together and all of my ribbons and stuff. So it looks so much better in here. I feel as though I'm getting somewhere with it to a point where it's not going to get messy.
Yeah, it does look better.
So I hope this helps somebody else with some of their organisation issues, because I've been literally battling with organisational issues for years. This cupboard is amazing. I'm so happy with it. But there is because what I have I don't want to have stuff like this, in just shoved somewhere. I want it to be in a box that says notions. I want a box that has small notions in it, so I know that I can grab this sort of stuff. Because I think what happens is I don't know if anybody else does, but I buy all of these amazing things and I forget I've got them. I'm going to change cameras so it doesn't show too much motion. What was that, Mum?
So they can see them. You can see where they are and that.
I remember watching, I don't even know who it was, because I generally I watch different YouTube channels to get ideas for myself. And I remember watching this lady years ago, and she has a craft room. I think she did card making. And she said that always have stuff that you're using all the time, accessible, and in a place where you're going to, be able to grab it and stuff. And she had she has a huge house. You could tell she had a huge house. I think when you've got a huge house and a big, massive space, it's easier to narrow down a load of stuff a bit more better, like what she had, I think. Don't forget, I'm only in a 12 by 12 room. It's tiny.
It's when you got like cutting tables and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I have crammed quite a lot of stuff in this like tiny space. But yeah, again, some of them tiny homes are bigger than this I was gonna say swimming pool. Than this sewing room. Oh, we've got a new person watching. B-Mac. Hello, B-Mac. How are you?
Oh, hello.
I didn't know if anybody was watching. I apologise. And guess what I found? So I found, Mum, you're going to be so happy with me. So, okay, I'm going to bring this over here. So, I found the bag.
Bag?
I found the bag.
Which one? Oh, the bag. The bag. Oh my goodness. Where did you find it?
I did have another box of like sewing projects and stuff. And I'm like, there it is. I've told you I didn't throw it away.
I said don't throw it away. Don't ever throw that away, because that's the first thing you ever made, and it was such a funny thing. Oh my gosh.
This here is my first ever sewing project. This, like, I didn't know how to sew anything. I'm making a bag. I think, what was it supposed to be? I think it was supposed to be for putting sewing stuff in. Because I remember I sewed, this was like, the pin cushion was the first, both these things were the first things I ever made. Like, ever. So please don't ever get dejected while you're sewing, because I've come on quite a long way.
Exactly, that will remind you. You should never throw anything away that you've made first thing, and it's like, oh, I'm going to bin it. No, don't, because it shows you how far you've come.
It's embarrassing, though.
It isn't. It's not. I don't think it is. It just proves how far you've come.
Shall we go over some of the things that I did? Hi, Roberta. How are you? Roberta's in the house.
Hello.
So,
have you had a good week?
Yeah, I've had a good week. And have you done the silk quilt yet, Roberta? Have you been like me? I've been a bit bad not wanting to get anything done this week for some weird reason. So my first bag is this, and it was made out of a curtain. It's curtain fabric, because I didn't want to waste any fabric, because I didn't know how to sew at the time.
It was a good job, wasn't it?
What was that?
It was a good job, wasn't it?
I'm trying to like, I'm gonna turn it inside out and let's like go through this.
Oh my goodness.
This was another bedding sheet. Yeah, I had like gold coloured satin bedding sheets at the time, apparently, that I wanted to get rid of. Oh, look though, it has a pocket. It has a pocket.
It's only a tiny one for such a size of bag.
So it has a little pocket.
What would you put in the pocket?
I did some decorative No, I didn't. Well, I thought this was a decorative stitch at the time, which is actually an overcasting stitch. Have you seen it's an overcasting stitch? And I made the pocket by literally making the pocket like this, look. And then what have I done here? Oh yeah. And look, all the raw seams are showing. This is what I like, right? Because I didn't know how to do. I did not know how to do a lining at the time. Because do you know what I've done? All I've done is attached this to the I attached this to the other side of the fabric at the time, and I've literally I've stitched it on top. It's not been pulled right side through, basically. So it's got a lining, but it's not really doing anything because the other raw edges are here.
You could have unpicked it.
Well, I can't unpick it because it's my first project and I've got to keep it exactly how it is.
Yeah, I mean, but at the time you could have unpicked it at the time, but all you wanted to do was bin it.
But it's funny because so I did the lining, but then I put the actual handles on the external instead of so let's discuss about this, right? So if I'm going to put a handle on the bag, why would I not put it inside of the lining to hide this bit? Oh my. And look, and then I've just top stitched all this lining up to the top there. How did I do the I think I just shaped it. I think I just cut the actual opening. It's all attached on one look. Come on, it's pretty bad, isn't it? Trying to make it look really pretty.
Well, just look at what you made now.
So why am I supposed to be keeping this?
To remind you how you, just to remind you of how far you've come.
Should I?
Yes, don't you dare get rid of it.
I didn't know how to box out the corners. They're just flat. Actually, I actually have seen it now where the boxing is external on the outside of the bag. So it's like that on the external. Have you seen that? Seems trendy now. So it's flipped up over to the back side like that. I could still save it and I could still make it a boxed out bag. I should do a brown bag part 2 after 4 years of sewing. After 4, that could be. Do you reckon that could be a YouTube video? After 4 years of sewing, this is how I've learned how to sew a brown bag. Roberta's finished the silk top. She's finished it.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's brilliant.
Wait a minute. This means something, doesn't it? What does it mean? We're going to blow Roberta's trumpet.
Yeah.
Well done, Roberta. How long has that quilt been in the making?
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, dear. So there you go. My first project Guys, what was your first project? Well, know what your first project was. I've just owned up to mine and it's awful. Well, it's not even, I think at the time I tried to sew this bag and I went from sewing this bag to trying to sew some Vogue pattern. Do you not remember the Vogue dress that I tried to make? And it went wrong.
I can't remember that.
Actually, thinking about it, I could easily sew this. It's funny, just the more experience you get over time, you're just like, where's that Vogue pattern? Someone would find it. It's like a jersey dress. It's not that one. Let me have a look. See do I have another one that says dresses? There we go. It's like, look at all these dress patterns that I'll never ever make.
You never know.
See, that one did actually turn out quite nice. I tried to make, it was that one. And I've got actually all of the fabric to make that dress again.
What do you do?
This is the kind of stuff that I wanted to make when I first started sewing. Do you remember?
Yes, I do. Yeah, blooming it. I thought you can't make a dress. How are you going to make that?
I made this. I made one of these.
Oh yes, yes.
The corset. I've got the corset downstairs. I saw it the other day. Everything gets banished to the basement when I don't like it. I made that.
Oh yes, that coat.
It's this one. I made a coat. Here it is. My first ever dress I tried to make, and
Oh, that's nice.
It was, I think I tried to make this one. Look, it says very easy. And it probably is.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
I think it's the darts that get, not the darts, the gathering, because it wants you to do a gathering right at the bust here. You can see that.
Oh, yeah.
And for some weird reason, stuff like that throws me. This is why I like quilting. I don't actually have to wear it. Because when you sew clothing, it has to be spot on, doesn't it? I do like that. Looking at that, I really want to make that now. And I do have the fabric for it.
It's nice though.
I think I got the fabric at the States. Let me
Oh right, what colour is it?
What the hell? Let's just have a look at clothing fabric. So, what do I have here? See, I made a dress out of this.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Have you still got that dress?
No, I got rid of it. I got rid of some of my stuff that I made.
So I used to like that yellow one. You look nice in that yellow.
I know, but it got a really bad stain on it and I had to get rid of it. And I got this.
Oh, that looks nice. I like that.
See, and I like this. I got this.
Oh, yeah.
So this has goals. Does it pick it up? Like a metallic on it.
No, you can't really know.
this is like that scuba. It's like a scuba, and it's going to be so nice to sew, and I still haven't done anything with it. Roberta just said she has no comment by how long it's like when she started it. She won't let me know when she started it.
I bet she's glad she's finished it. Oh, that's pretty. That's nice. That is nice. That's nice.
Well,
Yeah,
considering
nice
I've had it for quite a long. Oh, look what I found! It's nearly Halloween, but
oh yeah, well,
it's my fabric pumpkin.
Did you make it?
I did make it.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Nice that.
It's a fabric pumpkin. I don't think I did a tutorial on it though, and I don't know why, because it's actually quite cute. It's really not that difficult. It's very easy. All it is a ball, and then you use like thread. You see how there's thread, thread, and it pinches it in.
Right.
To create like that pumpkin looking thing. It almost is a stalk, doesn't it?
It looks like it could be a strawberry as well now.
See, I also have this thing that I was supposed to do ages ago. It's like a bumblebee kind of thing. I think it's paper paste.
Oh,
Bumblebees.
Nice.
Isn't it cute?
It is.
I have absolutely everything for it. It's all in this bag. The box that says UFOs, get them finished before you buy anything else box.
Yeah.
I don't see the fabric that I intended to use for that dress, though. I bet I've got another box.
Well, you must have, wasn't you?
What's in this box? I've been doing some of my quilt this morning. I'm a little bit behind on that.
Oh, have you? Oh, must be. Oh, it's a dragonfly.
It's a dragonfly. Did you just say the bumblebee then?
Yeah, I did at first, and I didn't realise what it was. So just the dragonfly.
See, I have a load of nice. No, this is the one that I was thinking of doing. This is really. You would like this as well.
Oh, yeah, that is nice, that.
I actually didn't think that would be too hard because it's all panels, isn't it? It looks like a quilt that you wear if you think about it.
Right. You want to think of it like that?
Maybe that's what I should think like. It might actually turn out. Pretend everything's a quilt. See, this is that fabric. I don't know why I've got that. I need to donate it. I need to just get rid. I made a top out of this and I don't think you liked it and I ended up getting rid of it in the end.
I do like it.
See, I don't understand why I buy some of this stuff. Here you go. Here's one of the fabrics. I'm sure this was one. I was going to make a dress out of this.
Oh, nice. Oh,
So I mean, I've got all this nice stuff. This is nice. I feel like I'm going shopping.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
I'm going fabric shopping. Anybody want to come?
goodness.
That is for that dress, the peacock dress.
Oh, right. Well, can you not use it for something else? Can you make another dress or something?
Oh, look, I've got some muslin. I didn't know I had muslin. I'm so glad I stumbled on this. See, I was meant to go through my fabric boxes. This would fall nicely with my next segment, actually, because the fabric painting, they're saying to use muslin. Now, I was using, it was like, maybe it's still the same thing that I'm using anyway. I'm using like an unbleached cotton. I mean, no, maybe that isn't what muslin is made out of. It kind of feels that kind of way. I do like working with canvas and that type of material. It's one thing I have narrowed down in my life so far. Work with canvas. See, that's that velvet. I was going to attempt to make another corset. Way too much stuff. Am I ever going to get around to doing it? Like,
did you buy it because it was like a reasonable price?
No, I bought it with the intention that I wanted to make a corset because it was in my head at the time. And if I have stuff in my head, then, you know, it doesn't go away. Does that make sense to anyone? Oh, my. It's in my head and it won't go away. I've got to make a corset. I have to make a corset. Now I'm just stuffing everything back into the box.
You shouldn't be doing that. You should be putting it in nicely.
This is material just to make a scarf, eh?
Oh, quite nice. Isn't
it pretty? It's very pretty.
Butterfly.
It's butterflies. It's like a linen, really thin linen fabric. But I'm very happy that I found that muslin. See, this is what I had every intention of going through all of my stuff to see what it is I actually had and what I didn't have. Oh, there's somebody on called London Cotton. Hi. She did this little smiley emoji that goes like this. Should I do back at her? Hi. Okay. Yeah. Clothing. I don't know if I'm quite ready to give up my clothing stuff. I feel like it's like every year I get this itch to make something and then it goes horribly wrong and then it's like, yeah, I'm not going to make clothes ever again. But I just think, like, you know, I'm on this thing with like quilting for sure, and it takes your focus away. Do you know what I mean?
You don't get rid of your fabric for your clothing, you know, for clothing making.
So am I not making this next week then?
Not that one. No. Can you imagine going down to the mall in that, or to Costco or something?
I'm going to Costco in my peacock dress. I don't just want to make a mess now. Everything's tidy. See, I think that is a huge thing with your rooms, your sewing rooms. I think for sure you have to have a place for everything, and everything needs to be in its place for it to be tidy. Yeah. Like, it's got to be like, it's definitely got to be like, this is where I go for my ribbons, and this is where my ribbons are going to get put back. This is where I go for my buttons, and the buttons get put back in the same place. This is where I go for this is where I go for this is where I go for this. Every little thing needs to have its own little home, and I think that is the key to success.
You know where to go. If you want it, you know where to go and get it, don't you? You know, there's no point in like, well, I don't know what drawer it's in. They're all over the place.
And even as I was like putting things away and stuff, I'm there like, okay, so I've got this item. What is it? What category does it fall in? Because I had like, I've got like a quilting stencil and like a quilter's pounce. And it was in a drawer that's labelled business items. It's so, well, it's not business items, like it's a quilting thing. So it needs to go in wherever I've got all of my stuff to put my quilting in. And actually, I don't even have a home for it. I don't even know where it ended up going. Going right into another drawer it's not supposed to go into.
But it's been put away.
So, yeah. But yeah, then I was like, I have these like underneath like the table. I have certain things that I put under there as well. And they're like, okay, then what's going here? Is it something I'm using all the time? If it's something I'm using all the time, it needs to go into a place where I can get it all the time. There's no point in having stuff in an area that I'm using all the time, but the item that's there isn't get used all the time. You know, like, I don't know why I've got things in premium real estate that shouldn't be there. I keep looking at this picture that Neil's drawn and I'm saying that it's not good. I'm like,
I know.
Really? How is it not good?
I don't know. Have you asked him what he didn't like about it?
I have no idea. Yeah, I can. I will ask him. I don't understand it. He's amazing.
It is.
A house has to look like a house. I like to do wonky things and things that don't look right, and it goes through him. So let's put things back. And so another thing, as I'm working on something, I'm putting it back. Put it back. If I'm not working on something right now, it has to go back. Have I finished what I'm doing with currently? It goes back.
Yeah.
As I'm looking at a quilting glove. So let's have a look at the other thing that I've been working on. I'm going to change the camera angle. Change the camera angle. Here we go. I'm not showing all of it because I'm just not. I'm still working on it. And this here is my poppy. I'm going to put it on speaker view. There we go. So you guys can see it better. And I don't want to move anything, so I'm just going to... So this right here is my poppy that I'm working on. And it's my own design. And I drew it on. It's drawn on. And... Oh, it flicked off. And I'm going to change back to the gallery view. There you go. And I used some fabric colour things that I've been using. And so in the background, like it's actually a white fabric in the background, I actually coloured that in. And they're kind of like pencil crayons that you can use that you can actually add water to, or I actually added some fabric medium. I actually didn't even know what fabric medium was. So I'm still learning new things. So the fabric medium helps to make whatever you paint on it like permanent. So instead of using water to activate the colour, I use this fabric medium. I should do a whole YouTube tutorial on it, just doing something really basic with them, so you guys can see what they do, because they're absolutely amazing. Like, I'm not even showing you like all of this poppy, like, but it's absolutely amazing. And I don't have, because when I was buying them, I was like, okay, I want to get a sample out to somebody, but I haven't got enough time to like wait for something to be delivered. So I had to like just go to Michael's and buy them. But the thing is that they don't have many colours with them. So do you know when you get like, when you get your pencil crayons, you want to blend colours, don't you? You don't want to keep it as a one tone. So I actually blended this red in with like an orange kind of thing. And like I tried to do like lighter tones and darker tones on it in order to make it like look like different variations of colours and stuff. Or I tried to not even use the colour in a certain location so it would come up more white, because like here it's coming up like more like, where is it on there, like here it's like whiter at the tip there. I just think it looks amazing.
It's a poppy coloured. Is it fabric, the poppy?
No, it's so I used the unbleached cotton that I used to make I made some produce bags, and I put like rice or pasta on the outside of them, and so I used that unbleached fabric, and it's literally, I've just drawn, so I drew the design. Where is my design? 1 second, let me go and get my design. So I drew the design on probably not going to be able to find it real quick. Here we go. That's my design. I drew that, and I drew it, and the fabric was thin enough where I could actually put the fabric on top and draw an outline in pencil. And then I was able to, because that right here is obviously this here. So then what I did after that was I coloured it. So I coloured it with my pencils. I like put the fabric medium over the top. So this is not applique. This is drawn and coloured. And
the poppy.
I went in over this.
The poppy is not fabric.
The poppy.
You've not cut the poppy out of the fabric, have you?
No.
It looks like applique.
It isn't.
So have you what's that thing called when you go around it?
Thread painted, yes.
Oh.
So I call it thread painting. I don't know whether it is thread painting. I think it is thread painting. Some people do amazing things with thread, like they'll colour the whole thing with thread and that. I like to do the thread painting as an outline. So it looks like pen, like going around the outline, but it isn't. It's actually thread. Let me just...
Wow. It just looks like you've applied it on.
Can you see a bit better now with it up close that it's actually pen?
Oh yes, I can now. Yeah.
So it's like they're like fabric markers, and you activate them with water.
really nice. It's lovely.
I'll put a link down below, and tomorrow when it actually uploads, because whenever I upload something to YouTube, it takes a whole day for people to be able to watch it. But yeah, you can do some amazing stuff with these. So they come in like a pencil crayon, and they also come in like a block. And now that I've used them, like everybody's there like, don't waste your money on like getting the pack of 12 of them, like invest and get the whole 72 colours. And I was there like, well, I don't know if I'm going to use them. Like, it might be one of these Cassie things of like, you know, I buy something and never use it. But this works very well with my style, for sure.
Yes.
And I know you were there like, no, I like your applique. But I actually think you would probably like this much better.
I do like the applique. That does look like an applique. It's lovely. It's really nice. And I suppose you could get the actual colour that you really, really want as well. You know, because you're mixing it. If you're mixing it as well.
The one thing with the applique, I mean, I like applique, but sometimes like the applique will fray around the edges, and depending on what you're using the end thing for, like you don't necessarily want fraying of your fabric. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to switch camera angle so you can see me. There you go. So I've been working on, when did I start working on that? It was just yesterday, right?
That looked really good on like them flowers that you made that time, remember? And the cushion covers.
Yes. Yes. That was applique with the cushion covers.
Yeah.
But with smaller designs, it's almost good to go this way. But I've got something in my head that I want to do, and another design like this that I want to do, but I'm definitely going to need more colours. So I'm going to have to order them and get the pack with the more colours. Because I've got something in my head that I really want to do, and I think it's going to look really cool. I remember when me and Shane were younger, and Shane always used to do these like drawings. I don't know if you remember, like, do you remember he used to do like drawings of like the Blackpool Tower, and then he'll do like all of the vendors underneath, like from the promenade. So there'd be like a donut shop and like there'd be like a souvenir shop. Do you remember him doing them kind of pictures? I don't know why I kind of can remember them pictures, and they were so kind of cool. I'm like, I could do that kind of concept and put it on like a cushion or a bag or whatever. So I really want to like do, yeah. I feel like I'm dying to do like a canvas bag with some of this on. It's going to look amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could even do the thingy. Can you imagine doing the Canadian thingamajig on it? I've got a picture here of the
Oh, that's Vancouver.
Is that Vancouver?
No, I had a different idea, but you go in the same way I'm thinking, because I was thinking of doing something to do with St. Ives.
Oh, right.
Do you know, so like a little seaside resort thing.
Oh, right.
Or like a Cornwall type thing, but a bit more Cassie quirky style.
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone could be walking like, I don't know, there could be a llama in the picture for all anybody knows. Like
Venice, like the Venice thing.
Maybe there could be like, yeah, do you know, it's the same sort of, I'm going that way with my work, for sure. That's the route I'm taking. Because it seems to go back that route all the time. I get called back to something, and that's the calling that I've got. Yeah, the Venice bag that I did for my friend.
Yeah.
but I did that using embroidery, and it took me out of the realm that I was really supposed to be going into. And I think the realm that I need to stick to is definitely the applique and the thread painting. That's definitely the route that I'm going to stay with, and that's the route that the YouTube channel is going to go to as well. It's going to stay along the line of like quilting and the fabric painting, I think, and the applique. I just think it looks amazing, and I think that with your own inspiration, you can come up with so many things, and people can be so creative with it. And you know, if people aren't creative, then I guess I'm going to be designing patterns. Yeah, that's definitely the way it's going to go.
Oh, fantastic. Good. It's like when you make up your mind about what you want to do, isn't it?
I know, I know.
You know, good.
Anyway, I guess I'm coming to a bit of an end here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say thank you, everybody, for watching. And I guess I'll see you. Don't forget to watch the YouTube tutorial on Wednesday. That's going to be another part of my free motion quilting. And I guess it's going to be a bye from me and a bye from my mum. Say bye, Mum.
Bye. Bye, Mum.
I like it when you say that. It's funny.
Bye, everybody.